A great evening to you and a warm welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Sulemana is predicting a 50% reduction in operational losses of the Electricity Company of Ghana should President-elect John Mahama go ahead with plans to privatize aspects of ECG. According to him, although he believes the move is feasible, there must be a deliberate attempt to target the distribution and revenue end of the company. Reacting to plans by President-elect John Mahama to privatize aspects of ECG to deal with revenue and distribution challenges, Dr. Sulemana maintained it will, if well executed, it will reduce technical losses.
I think it will, if I tell it will go down by more than 50%. Because see, most of these losses, like I explained earlier, if you look at even the technical losses that we have, it's because of the financial wherewithal of ECG. I mean, the financial, problems with ECG. So I can say that it will be more than 50%. And this loss, if you can reduce it more than 50%, you can imagine the kind of money that we're going to make. So I think it's feasible once we are able to put our foot on the ground, get a private sector and learn our lessons. Very important, because a lot of things that have come over the table and they've gone into the fizzle out. If we learn our lessons, whatever made PDS not to work, if we learn our lessons and we don't go back to get a private sector who will not be parasitic in the system, but be a symbiotic and a very business-focused private sector, I think we're going to have a game-changing institution.
Meanwhile, the business community has vowed to extend their support to President-elect John Mahama in creating an enabling environment for the private sector. Joseph Obeng is president of GUTA.
So we are not going to leave everything for the president-elect and then the government. It is about all of us. We all have to come on board. And that's what I was coming to. My next point is constant stakeholder engagement. Any government that listens to its stakeholders always succeed. And they should try this. If you're able to listen constantly, build consensus with stakeholders and not imposing anything from just a few technocrats on the stakeholders, they will see that they will be able to make it. And so, yeah, the government will succeed. And we all have to be on board to help it succeed.
To one of our lead stories we are following up for you, cocoa prices have soared to nearly $10,000 per ton in 2024, driven by severe crop shortages in Ghana and Ivory Coast, the world's largest producers. As the global market grapples with a projected deficit of 475,000 tons, Ghanaian farmers see higher price guarantees but struggle with rising production costs, climate change, etc. My colleague Winston Taki has more.
Global cocoa prices have reached unprecedented highs in 2024, driven by persistent supply shortages and adverse weather conditions impacting key producers like Ghana and Ivory Coast. Together, these nations produce about 60% of the world's cocoa, making their challenges pivotal to global market dynamics. In April 2024, cocoa prices surged to nearly $10,000 per ton, a record high due to reduced harvest and increasing demand. The 2023-2024 season is projected to have a global deficit of 475,000 tons, a sharp rise from previous estimates. This deficit has been exacerbated by climate change, El Nino-driven weather patterns, and fungal diseases like black pod disease, which have collectively slashed yields by as much as 40 to 50%. To cushion farmers against these challenges, Cocoa Board increased the guaranteed price for cocoa from $3,000 to $3,100 per 64-kilogram bag. This represents a minor increase of 3.3% over the previous rate and now in September for the 2024-2025 crop season. However, many farmers face high production costs and limited access to financing, which dilute the benefit of rising prices.
All right, so we want to interrogate this further. Joining us in studio now is Isifu Isaka, the national president of the Ghana Cooperative Cocoa Farmers Association, for some analysis on this. Thanks so much, sir, for joining me in studio here on Prime Business. First off, help me understand the current pricing mechanisms and how that affect cocoa farmers and, of course, cocoa production.
Yes, so for about 33 years, Ghana have been going in for forward sales system, and this forward sales system means that we usually sell our cocoa upfront before the cocoa is being harvested. Right. And this year, the government of the day moved away from that and generated internal financing source to purchase the cocoa. But cocoa farmers, our position is such that all these systems have not been helpful for the farmers to realize their living income. So we are looking to a system whereby from 2025-2026, cocoa farmers will realize their living income by the government putting good systems in place such that the cocoa purchases where the farmers will earn a higher price. Because as we speak, as you rightly said, cocoa is trading around $10,000. And cocoa farmers are receiving less than 45% of this $10,000. And if you go to other countries, cocoa farmers are receiving hopefully all this amount. So our system have not been helpful to the cocoa farmers. All
right, so if you're talking about the fact that this system is not helpful, and of course you want a drift from that, tell me other alternative pricing mechanisms you're looking at.
We are looking at a system whereby we can realize that now cocoa production is going down. And because of that, the demand for cocoa is very high. So what we have to do is to go in for a spot market or a physical market whereby this is your cocoa, what is the price at the international market. You sell your cocoa, you take your money, then you pay the farmer well. So if we at least 70% of this gross FOB goes to the farmer, at least the farmers will be earning a living income. Because we speak, 70% of 10,000 is around $7,000. So if farmers are to reach $7,000 per ton, it's a good money. And farmers can invest these monies into other alternative livelihoods which will improve their living income.
All right, Isifu, talk to me about the current cocoa syndicated loan and, of course, its impact on cocoa farmers so far.
This year, we had a good system that the government diverted from syndicated loan. But for 33 good years, Ghana as a country have been relying on cocoa syndicated loan for its cocoa financing, which has not been helpful because we pay huge interest on this. And even before you can get this indicator, you have to sign contract, you have to go up and down before you could end up getting these monies. And they have not been helpful. And as a country, we have to move totally from this system. So I will urge the new government that we shouldn't go back to looking at a system that will bring syndication into our cocoa sector again. We should focus on the physical market, generate internal funds, make sure that there is monies available without going to the international banks for lend.
I know that there is this system in place, the cocoa scholarships scheme. How is that benefiting cocoa farmers, you would say?
Fortunately for me, I'm a beneficiary of Cocoa Board Scholarship in 2009. But for so many years, because of the free senior high school, this scholarship have been taken away from the cocoa farmers world. And this year, we've had several issues around bringing back these scholarships into the tertiary level for cocoa farmers world. But our issue is that it is by law. It is mandated. If you read the PNDC law 81, it mandates every government to ensure that 10% of the net profit out of cocoa is invested in the cocoa farmers' wash. Right. And we are looking at a system whereby at least 2025 going, cocoa farmers, if the free senior high school will be there, then farmers will benefit at the tertiary level. So we will look to see that government prioritizes this at the tertiary level. Cocoa farmers get free scholarship.
Thank you so much, Isifu Isaka, for your time here on Prime Business. We truly appreciate it. We want to stay a while longer within the agric space because plantain farmers in the Ashanti region are hopeful a more mechanized farming system will relieve them of the drudgery they endure in putting food on the tables of many homes in Ghana. Emmanuel Bright-Kweku reports.
Conventional methods of digging holes for planting and weeding of farms have been a tussle for farmers, presenting health complications and drudgery. Kwesi farms at Odoyefe, in Yahafano, southeast of the Ashanti region. Today, he joins his fellow farmers to have a feel of a mechanized hole digging equipment and motorized weeder for plantain farming. One after the other, these farmers take turns to experiment with the machines to assess how easy farming would be if they had them on their fields. First, the augers, otherwise known as the hole diggers. They tested the manual auger and then the motorized auger. Under the Megawatts project, Engineers and scientists at the Crops Research Institute of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research are exploring and developing handy mechanized tools for cultivating plantains. Engineer Dr. Shadrach Kojo Amponsa is the lead in the mechanization of the project.
Motorized augers, we tried it and we realized that in 1 hour you can make not less than 55 to 60 holes in 1 hour. We are looking at a depth of 30 centimeters, that's 1 foot. And then once you are able to do that, and then for the manual soil auger that we have, that one you jab, that one also does about 40 to 45 thereabout in 1 hour.
The project seeks to contribute to the development of the agroecological systems in the sub-Saharan Africa through the mechanization of crop production operations. Dr. Isaac Osebunsu is a field coordinator for the project.
In the long term, we want to be able to develop the whole weeder and as well as the auger together with the farmers so that they're actually playing a part in the final product that comes out. Once the product that comes out, now we're going to contract a company to mass produce it. And then once they mass produce it, then that's where government can come in to help farmers purchase these equipment to help control weeds on their farm.
The tools are expected to contribute to the country's food security. Dr. Natsen Amengo is a project coordinator.
So it means that if we are able to dig the holes to the right diameter with some space, then it will grow and grow faster. Then it will grow well. It takes a shorter period of time to grow. So by extension, it means we are getting more yields. And if we are getting more yields, then it means we are getting enough plantain over a period of time.
For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
Away from the agricultural sector, the Auditor General is convinced the building of permanent office infrastructure for the audit service across the country will enable the effective and efficient delivery of its mandate. Johnson Ekuamoa Esiedu observes the service has over the years compromised the discharge of its duties to thoroughly probe state-owned businesses and institutions owing to undue influence. He was speaking at the commissioning of a new district audit service office at Tepa in Ahafua North district of the Ashanti region.
Ghana Audit Service has over the years come under criticism for allegedly relenting in efforts to effectively scrutinize the financial records of state-owned institutions. Their independence to carry out their duties without fear or favor had been compromised. The service hitherto faced significant challenges in securing suitable office accommodation, often relying on district assemblies for office space or being forced to rent facilities. At the commissioning of the district office for the Ahafua North District, the Auditor General Johnson Ekuamoa Esiedu explained the absence of permanent infrastructure with well-equipped resources impacted their services. The new office at Tepa is one of 16 edifices built across selected districts of the country and the second in the Ashanti region after Ofenso. It houses well-equipped offices and other ancillary facilities to support the daily administrative and technical duties of the service in the area. Representative of the Ashanti Regional Minister, George Kwache Ando, believes the facility would strengthen the works of the service.
Undoubtedly, this project will strengthen the regional and district infrastructure of the audit service, thereby enhancing its constitutional mandate of promoting good governance, transparency, accountability, and probity in Ghana's public financial management system. This initiative aligns with the NPP government broader commitment to decentralization and to ensure consistent and efficient mandate delivery by the Auditor General.
Tepamanhene, Dr. Nana Edusei Atwenewa Ampem I urged good maintenance culture. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
Kasona Global Imaging has reaffirmed its commitment to community development by donating essential educational supplies to Kinderkids International School. This initiative aligns with the company's broader vision of fostering societal growth through impactful corporate social responsibility programs. There is more in the following report.
The donation ceremony brought together executives from Kasona, teachers, and students with the goal of enhancing learning conditions and inspiring academic excellence among the beneficiaries. Speaking at the event, the Chief Operating Officer of Kasona Global Imaging Ghana, Lenny Chiwu, highlighted the importance of supporting education through CSR initiatives. She also urged other companies to contribute to community development through similar efforts.
The important part is to start the kid early. So when they are growing up, they move to higher education, they are not afraid if they learn it in a very early age. So as Kasona, I see this as a part of the social responsibility of our company. I would like to do a lot more actually, but it's something that one company cannot do by itself. So that's why I encourage other companies can do the same thing.
The Chief Executive Officer and Principal of Kinder Kids International School expressed heartfelt gratitude, emphasizing the significant impact of the donation on the student and the school as a whole.
The donation today from Kasona is a great impact to Kinder Kids International School because Science Lab is one of the requirements that the curriculum that we are running, which is the Pearson EdExcel, needs in place for the accreditation of our secondary school. So this donation by Kasona is such a great relief and a blessing to us, and we are so grateful and thankful to them.
Science teacher Nana Kwabena Kesu reflected on how the donation will positively influence teaching and learning processes at the school.
In our dispensation, where science education is at now, we're looking at not just theory, come to the classroom and there's just talk. We want hands-on activities. So we are excited about what Kasona has done for our school, Kinder Kids International School. We are not just grateful and then just not happy, but we are happy that these learners are going to experience science education to the next level. Hands-on activities, playing with materials and tools, exploring science, investigation, and actually coming out with proper conclusions for themselves.
A reminder, you're still watching Prime Business. The Jisunyanyili satellite vegetable market has seen an upgrade into a modern market with the construction of new stores. The market now has 60 lockable stores, a banking hall amongst others, and is expected to serve as a growth pole in the area.
So Nayil market in the past served as a vegetable market with just few tables lined up for the traders. But the Sanergu Municipal Assembly said to boost economic activities in the area, they have, under the World Bank Urban Development Project, built new market at a total cost of 18 million Ghana cedis to boost economic activities. Speaking at the commissioning, the municipal chief executive for Sanergu Municipality, Yakubu Mohammed Ahmed, said Nanado is a transformational leader who sees local economic development as a critical quest to fight poverty at the local level.
Animal crop. This market, that is the Jisonayili market, and other 3 being constructed at Saunaru, Kalpohine, Katarga, are testaments to His Excellency Nanado's transformational leadership. The government of His Excellency Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia sees local economic development as very critical in the fight against poverty within our local communities. Therefore, development of the markets and other commercial centers have received a great deal of attention under this government.
The Northern Regional Minister, Shani Al-Hassan Shaibu, touted the success achieved by the NPP government and called for the maintenance of the stores to prolong its span.
People of Jisonayili, Gurugu, and other adjoining communities are the beneficiaries of this project. No doubt, this market would be the game changer for this area. So much money has been spent on this facility, and it behoves on us to make good use of the place. Let us keep this place as economically viable as we have seen.
And we've got the latest commodities update for you. I truly appreciate your time watching Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. We have more stories for you when you log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Great stories on that portal. Do visit there and get yourselves updated. I leave you with international business news.